Man, yeah, no. Watch that video with the one kid from Oxford. Why they voted for Donald Trump gives us a buttload of statistics, right? Oh, here's this and that. Why'd they vote for Donald Trump? I'll tell you why they voted for Donald Trump. Because on the third day I rose from the dead, I created money and propaganda in Oxford, and I did it with a British accent. My real name is Willem. They didn't put Willem. I said Willem. It didn't write it. The computer doesn't know how to write Willem. It's Willem. Willem Wallace, not William. It's Willem. Okay. Willem Dafoe. It's not William. Okay. It's spelled differently and pronounced differently. Willem. Okay. It's from it's from that region of the world. The UK, and so the way we say it is Willem. Okay. Willem Wallace, not William. It's Willem. It might have Scottish and Irish connections to it. I don't know what name Defoe is. I can't tell you. I'm not sure. Look it up. Google it. He hasn't talked to me. Okay. Yeah, Harry Osborn doesn't talk to me. Is it Harry or Norman? It's Norman Osborn, right? Harry is the Franco kid, right? Okay. But you know how they is. It's people are scared of me, and that's one of the things that why I have a lot more appreciation for the Muniz kids, as their mom will talk to me, and everybody else is terrified to do it, or he'll see right through you, he'll expose you, he'll do that, and she gets nervous and afraid for the people that she's attached to, that she thinks she loves, but she won't stand up for Lord's Prayer, just like all of you. You guys all are critical. She's playing you. Alex Rodriguez playing you. They playing you. It's like, nobody's playing me. I'm the living embodiment of the Lord's Prayer. I encourage people to stand up for the Lord's Prayer with me. Okay. Who's playing you? Come on, George Michael and Aretha Franklin. Who's zooming who? Right? Yeah, you guys always do that shit. The splinter and the plank. The splinter and the plank. One is a splinter. The other's a plank. Right? So there is, I gotta admit, there is a bond of affection there for Jennifer Lynn Lopez that I don't have for other people. They were playing, yeah, I know they were playing me. Guys, South Lawn, 2009, La Bamba. They're playing you. You think? Okay. Maybe, right? No, you don't have the prayer connections that I have. Obama, your wife's a bitch. Amy's a bitch. And Michelle, boy, she's Oprah Winfrey's, alter ego, right? She's the good crunk as opposed to the bad crunk. Who's the bad crunk for Oprah Winfrey? I'm bad crunk for Oprah Winfrey. Nicki Minaj. No, I don't know. I don't know. Who's the one? Fuck them all, kill them all. Fuck you. They all crazy. Yeah, it's Nicki Minaj. Why? Bitches ain't shit and they ain't saying nothing. A billion motherfuckers couldn't show me nothing. A bee's in the trap. Bees. It's Nicki Minaj. Nicki Minaj is the devil one. And Michelle Obama's the, well, wait a minute. She has got a point. Okay. You're funny. It's the Emperor's New Groove. Hey, Sting's gonna save us all. He's a genius. Oh, wow. Is he a Rhodes Scholar? Okay. But they had that Rhodes Scholar kid, and it's like, you ain't saying shit, dude. The whole reason, he's sitting there with the whole main reason why people voted for Donald Trump is because on the third day, I rose from the dead and created money, propaganda, and Oxford higher education. For what? Money and propaganda. On the third day, I rose from the dead and created money, propaganda, and Oxford. What about Cambridge? Fuck Cambridge. Fuck Oxford. Okay. What, you can't get along there? Well, our school has to be dominant in money and propaganda. And on the third day, I rose from the dead. I was going to write that on there, but I said, fuck it. Fuck him. And then that ESO thing with old Woody Harrelson 2012, right? Is that the same guy who does the AI for the things with the Matt McConaughey thing? He thinks the frailties, hey, this is what AI should be used for. Of course, it's artificial. That's what it's being used for. It's been being used for that all the time. Hey, and on the third day I rose from the dead and created money and propaganda in Oxford. And thou shall be astronauts, and thou shall be influencers. And influencers and astronauts thou shall be. And sexual charisma will dominate thee with the astronauts telling us what to do. Well, on the third day I rose from the dead and created money and propaganda. It's like, wait, I have to say it with a British accent. Okay. Does Class Von Bulow have a British accent? Me and Amy watched that movie, but we were too busy laughing at all the cameos because Ernie Borgnine in it. Sidney Poitier plays the guy that carries the cross up for Klaus von Bülow. And the one that, right after the crucifixion, we're sitting there, and me and Amy, rewound it 10 times. Who the hell's that? They couldn't have got a better actor for that? With Charlton Heston. No, Charlton Heston played John the Baptist. That's right. Who is that? Surely this man was the Son of God. And then Amy starts cracking up. She's going, it's John Wayne. It's it was. Yeah, the centurion who sits there. Surely this man was the Son of God. And going to church doesn't make you a good person any more than standing in your garage makes you your car. She started laughing. She goes, that was terrible. Who was that? We kept rewinding. Surely this man was the Son of God. Surely I'm not going to hit you like hell. I'm not. And we were cracking up. No, we were watching the movie going, oh, wow, everybody's in this. It's got all the guys. That's Tony Curtis. That's Janet Leigh. You ever seen it with Klaus von Bülow? The greatest story ever told. Klaus von Bülow plays Jesus. All right. And so everybody in it, right? Just in case. The guy with the orange juice, the restaurant Mexican guy at Lily's in the Field, yeah, just in case. For insurance, just in case he's for real, Well, Richard Branson, God, if there is a God, the Angels ain't going to win the pennant. No. Dodgers, okay? They got more money, okay? More people go to Chavez and Ravine than outside of... Did they move the Angels baseball? Did they get a new one? It used to be right outside Disneyland. You can see Angels Stadium with the big A on it outside Disneyland, and you could see Disneyland from the Angels because it was in Anaheim. They also had the Anaheim thing where the Ducks used to play. Not far from that either, by the Denny's where me and Ray got all the people together and said, in California you can... We sat at Denny's with a bunch of kids from Senior Fling and 12 people that were locals that got to know us. We're here from Phoenix on Senior Fling. Oh, wow. We just sat in, because Ray said, he goes, this is California. Watch, this is what you can do in LA. Because it's so fun. You can get people in LA to just, they're like that. We used to tell jokes and say, where most people, if there's a hippie chewing his toenails in the park, everybody's arrest him, he's a vagrant, he's disgusting. In California, people will come up and sit next to him and go, how do you get limber enough to get your baby pinky toe? That's real hard to do. How do you pull that off? Do you do any kind of special exercises to make sure so you can bite off bite? Because I bite my fingernails. You're a bit. When I was a kid, I was that limber. Yeah, you could bite your toenails. They needed trimming. You just bite them. Yeah, you've bit your toenails. Yeah, I'm allergic to vaccines. I also played in the sandbox for years with, we had many times 14 to 21 dogs on the property. You played that much in dog shit and dog piss? Yes, like that. Yes. Even ate my own mocos when I was a little kid because I was allergic to vaccines. Sometimes you do. You wanted osmosis, you got osmosis. You don't even know what you're doing. You just do it out of, yeah. No, I'm not going to eat my own boogers now to help with my, no. I just can't. So I'll find different ways to, maybe not as clean as much, won't wash the sheets as much, things like that. I'll find ways to adjust to build natural resistance without, being the guy who liked, Thor and Dr. Jones. And that's where these people get so self-righteous and whatever, because they see everything about everybody. There's no privacy. There's complete dysfunction. Once we're healthier, there'll be a lot less. You gonna wipe that booger right there, Monty? I need the knife. It's gonna be a lot less of that and stuff like that. And there's nothing wrong with. How many times do I, when I'm making these videos, I'll sit there and have some. I live in a dusty environment, so I get a lot of dust and mucus in my nose. So I'll go like this. I'll vacuum it. After I walk on it, my slippers, step on the same slippers I step on roaches with, they could become too many and climb in my bed, that kind of stuff. Yeah. You don't go over it with a mop and it. No. Don't do a Swiffer and no. I keep it clean. I always have. I did before Amy. I kept everything. A place for everything and everything in its place. Usually when I do the dishes, most of the time I rinse them and wash them right after I use them if there's nothing stuck on and stuff, without using any dishwashing soap or anything. I wash them, put them in the little stand that I clean out periodically and stuff. And so but I'm clean but not excessive and compulsive. I have an immune system. Yeah, Shelton doesn't. He's sick and he can't go to the Higgs boson collider thing. It's like, oh, I have a good immune system. Sure, pickled herring? I don't know. I don't know. Pickled herring. It just does not sound good, but maybe it is. I don't know. I'll have to see for myself. Me, perfect. I like pollock. It's one of my favorites. Cod? It's not too bad. Pollock is one of my favorites. Alaskan pollock. And crab, just about any crab. Imitation or real crab, it's good stuff. Yeah, it's very good. But yeah, I like a lot of seafood and a lot of stuff from up that way. I always liked fish, but then again, I think we have a lot of things that are similar to Alaskan pollock and crab and stuff up in the British Isles and things like that too. I have a few lifetimes up there. I'm a Parsons and connections to my dad's DNA. But very German, very German light diet when I was a kid, German and British. And then I had to come accustomed to Southwest cuisine. But once I became accustomed to it, it's like, heaven, I'm in heaven. Like my brother-in-law, my sister's husband, Monty, and he loves, I can't help it. I love this stuff. It's not of my genetics, but once you get used to it, you just like, it's time for enchiladas. It's time for enchiladas. Also, and we're going to get some nice, like, Emily and Noah, because they weren't raised with that same stuff, but they liked it anyway. The chips and salsa at La Posta, and when they'd eat it, and then you make sure you get the fried ice cream and the flan so it doesn't burn the fire butt, so you don't get the fire butt because you love your kiddos, right? So I'm gonna go. We'll probably make some more. The first one's loaded real fast. The second one, an hour or so. The one where no, I'm not trying to. There is an affection for Miss Lopez. I think she's okay with Mr. Epstein. I think she'll be fine. Me, I'm not worried about who's gonna sexually help me heal. We'll get there when we get there, right? I'm not. I ain't putting the cart before the horse. I'm right here, right now. I'm doing what I need to do. I don't worry about what's happening tomorrow because nobody's standing for Loris Prayer with me today. When you stand up for Loris Prayer with me, then we won't have to be professional basketball players anymore. We won't have to sleep with Jim's daddy no more and win the lottery to add an extra room on the trailer, right? Peace.